So Steve and I watched Top Gun with an audience, and Steve was right in front of me. So I got to watch the way Steve's body reacted to this movie.
This was the guy who was crying at every
no,
talk that you were telling me about. Oh, okay.
I don't think Steve, everybody else was crying. Steve was stealing. Yeah.
I want to respond to all this, but I have questions. So let me just jump in and say, I could dig deep on that. As I've said repeatedly, I love this movie. It's just so fantastic. I just want to get that out there on camera. But Glenn, I want to start individual question. I read, and could be wrong, that originally you were not going to play Hangman, and it was Tom that convinced you to take on the role. Is that true?
That is absolutely true. Yeah, I originally auditioned for Miles Teller's role, for the role of Rooster. And in hindsight, obviously it's sometimes a bummer not to be chosen, but I gotta say, Miles smokes it in this movie. He's just so good and such the embodiment of what Goose was in the first one. When you see him on screen, you're like, I mean, it really feels like you're watching Goose. It's incredible. And so Tom, after not getting that role, Tom convinced me that he was going to build out another character for me, because the character that was on the page just didn't really feel like something I was interested in. And then Tom really sat down with me for a couple hours. First off, he showed me how we were actually going to be in the back of F-18s, which was a very big selling point. And then we got to talk about life and career, and to sit down with your hero, and then have him become your mentor and tell him how he makes movies, how he develops movies, and how he's built the career he's built, and has entertained audiences for 4 decades. It's I couldn't pass up that opportunity. I'm really glad I didn't.
And I mean, you can't picture, I don't know if the roles would have been reversed when Miles plays Hangman and you played Rooster, but he plays a fantastic Hangman. I can't see anybody else taking on that role. You've done a great job with it. And I think you're one of my favorite characters. I'm not just saying that because we're partners or anything, but
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I got to say, this is a movie I've wanted to make my whole life, and seeing what it became, and as you've seen how incredible this thing is, I would have been really bummed to have seen this movie and to have missed out on this opportunity.
For both of you, I view Tom Cruise as like the GOAT of these kinds of, like, he's just on another level. And I'm curious for both of you, what was it like working day in and day out with him? What did you take away from the experience that will take with you to every future project?
Anything is possible. When people say that you can't do this or you can't do that, Tom finds a way, and he wouldn't take no for an answer. And timing is everything. Like, he could have made the second Top Gun, right after the success of the first one, but he chose no, that's not the right time. And I think, he truly waited for me to be born to make this Top Gun. But
we all did.
Yeah. But no. Honestly, I think just finding a way to do it. And we've done things in an aircraft that will never be done again. First people to do it, and I'm thankful for that.
I think that's also another lesson to take away from Tom is this idea that movies don't make themselves. He is so aware of what every department is doing. It's a true team sport with Tom. He cares about how he looks on camera, how I look on camera, what we're doing, the minutia of what makes a movie great. And that relentless pursuit of perfection is what aggregates to make a great movie iconic, right? Yeah. And I think Tom is a guy that we've learned from, in the fact that guy does not rest on his laurels. He's the greatest movie star of all time.
And there's a reason.
And there's a reason. He wakes up every day. He's at set before anyone else. He's going through the script. He's talking to people, making sure we're safe up in jets, that we're all prepared for whatever we're doing. And it's that level of care that makes a great friend, but a great leader.
On that note, I already have to stop. I'm going to say again, I love this movie. Hope it's a huge hit for you guys. Enjoy the world premiere in San Diego.
Thank you.
Good to see you, my man.
Good to see you.
Later.